Hey guys, this is Brandon West, as many of you know. This was actually the speech I was supposed to give at the rally we had earlier this year, but obviously we got a little cut off, and people were kind of looking forward to what I had to say. I've kind of changed the speech a little bit. I've added some things that I really wanted to get across, but at the time wasn't allowed to do that because obviously we had to keep it within a 2 to 3 minute range. And the theme for this speech was what Eastern means to me. So I was able to type up a few notes, basically, so I'm going to run off of that because it's a lot easier for me to run off my notes as opposed to just trying to do this verbatim. So just kind of bear with me here. Okay, so what Eastern means to me. When trying to answer this question, I found it difficult to try and put what I was feeling into words that would make sense, but ensure that I was able to get my point across. With the budget impasse in this state and the lack of Springfield's ability to work together to prevent massive damage, I felt it was necessary to do something for those I have come to care about deeply. Even though I'm aware my voice alone will not resolve these issues, I wanted to express to those who will be affected by this crisis how much they are appreciated by us, the students, even if the state doesn't seem to care about anyone but themselves. This was a speech I had planned on giving at the rally earlier, like I mentioned, but was denied the opportunity. And with the continued disregard for this university and those who make it a great place to receive an education by our state and our legislature, I wanted to take it upon myself to start this project. So, what does Eastern mean to me? My journey to Eastern was not the normal path many students take. I went straight into college after high school, and as most historians will attest to, I soon became bogged down in subjects such as math and science. Ugh. This caused me to veer away from my education, and I found myself in full-time employment, and this continued for the next 12 years. I always had in the back of my mind the desire to finish, but never had the push I needed to go at it fully. Until one day at my job, it hit me. What am I doing? This is not what I want to do. I then decided I need to go back to school and finish what I started years ago. So I made the decision to enroll back at Parkland and was determined no matter what to finish. So in 2014, I did it. Something neither of my parents were able to achieve, but I did it. But I was hungry for more. And I knew I would need more to succeed in life. I began to apply for schools, and only 2 responded with acceptance letters. Okay, I only applied to 3, but hey. But what made me choose Eastern, other than the other institutions I had applied for, was I received 3 postcards in the mail from the faculty. One from Dr. Patterson, one from Dr. Foy, and the other from Dr. Key. Each postcard welcoming me as a prospective student and encouraged me to choose Eastern. Believe it or not, it was this small gesture that made the decision the easiest choice to make. I was impressed before my first semester of the wide selection of classes I could take, and after making my schedule choices, I found myself waiting all summer anxiously to begin. Fall 2014 semester did not disappoint. I found myself in classes with professors who were passionate about their work and took time to get all the students involved and challenge each of us to be the best we could be. I began making friendships that will last a lifetime, and walked away from my first semester excited for what the future had in store. Over the next 2 years, I continued to find that same support and passion in my professors that I felt before day 1 with those postcards. And here I am now, in my last semester, and know that I would not have been able to make it this far without the support from my professors and the history department as a whole to continue pushing me to be better. However, with the budget crisis and sacrifices having to be made, I see the damage it is causing, or will cause, and can't sit by idly and do nothing about it. So my aim for this video is to show you, the professors, what you guys not only mean to me, but I know what you mean to the other history students you've taught year in and year out. So, I'm going to break this down. Dr. Patterson, you happen to be the first postcard I received, and I've taken a class with you every semester I've been here but one. You are a true inspiration to anyone interested in studying the classics, as we have seen in Mr. Waller. And it has been a blessing to be a student of yours. Not to mention your ability to talk about Star Wars and go bowling. It's pretty awesome too. Thank you. Dr. Foy. I'm not too sure where to begin, Captain. You have this uncanny ability to get all students involved in class discussions and truly can get us all to think critically about things most of us wouldn't have thought about twice about. My first class with you, I was pretty quiet, but as you've seen, I'm not as quiet anymore. And it's professors like you who have helped me come out of my shell. Plus, I'll always remember the Foy flop, but I'll let you explain that to everybody else. Thank you for your contributions to my study, but the department as a whole as well. Thank you. Dr. Elder. I will say I was a little bit intimidated at first attempting to take 2 of your classes in the same semester, but in the end I was incredibly thankful I did. I learned many valuable lessons, including that community college and high school definitely did not prepare me to write research papers. And I could still hear your voice in my head at times reminding me of those lessons you instilled in us in 2500. That's okay. It's not bad voices, it's good voices. And all the different angles we usually didn't hear about in World War I, all incredibly fun and interesting, mostly because of your ability to make it that way. I also want to thank you for all the help you put into History Careers Conference. Your work is important, and we are all better prepared because of your contributions. Thank you. Dr. Hubbard. Honestly, I always looked at you as the rock star professor. You occasionally would wear t-shirts that had rock bands on it, and you were just that cool. And that was what I saw outside of class as well. In the class, you made the class so much fun, and definitely taught things we don't normally know about concerning the Civil War and the early Republic, especially the early Republic. Hardly anybody talks about that. I'll always remember what graham crackers were initially used for, and how that worked into history. Great story. Never wanted to miss a class you taught because you were a joy to learn from. Thank you. Dr. Curry. Unfortunately, I only took 1 class with you. But that 1 class I was able to learn so much. Many of us know many historical events and what took place, but looking deeper there's much we don't know, and you were able to show students the true story behind court cases and how each of them affected what we have today. I would have never known half the things about our American government, but you honestly helped me out with that. I honestly walked away from this class learning things I never knew of, and those that I kind of knew about, I was able to say I had a much better understanding of it. So I appreciate everything you do. Thank you. Dr. Key. I know you're on sabbatical right now, but you're still a part of this department. Taking an 8 a.m. class is something I really had dreaded since the moment I signed up for your History of England class my first semester. However, in the end, it was a great decision. I learned a great deal about the monarchs and their impact on history, and really enjoyed the presentations you had us give on topics of our choice. And even though you always called me Bradford, until you figured out that wasn't my name, you taught me so much, and I always appreciate the help you gave me. Dr. Camerling. I wasn't too sure how much I'd enjoy History of the World's Religions, but in the end, it was an invaluable class for me. It's always good to learn about the world around you, and realize not all religions are quite the same. You made the class interesting and informative, and it was always fun to see your face light up when we talked about Ganesh, or your dog. And I even see you from time to time at Sam's Club now. Thank you. Dr. Mann. Well, despite not having any classes with you, you've always been there for History Club meetings, and always a joy to be around. Never knew someone could love Starbucks that much, but if anyone could do it, we know you could. I'll always find myself passing that Starbucks and looking for your car in the parking lot. Thank you for all you do for the History Club. We would be lost without you, honestly. Dr. Shirley. From our first advising meeting to the last one, I can't express enough of what your guidance and support has meant to me. And now we have publishing together, and I'm learning more valuable lessons that I can use outside of EIU. And I'm constantly reminded of you when Sam makes his normal comments at work, which in response I usually find myself defending you and rolling my eyes, but we know how Sam is. I'll find myself wanting to come down and sit in your chair and hear stories or watch YouTube videos in your office. Or I'll think to myself, I wonder what crazy things Jacob has going on right now. You're a blessing to this department, no matter what happens. Just remember that. Dr. Worley, I don't even know where to begin, good sir. From learning that my wife had you as a professor when she attended EIU years ago, to learning that your daughters played against Altamont, I've always been blessed to have you as a professor. Between your imitations of historical figures and the way you're able to take issues such as the Vietnam War or contemporary America and make them more than educational, but incredibly exciting to be a part of. I never wanted to miss a class, just so I didn't miss any crazy antics that my classmates would try to pull with you. I apologize for the numerous headaches we probably caused you, but I want you to know you are greatly appreciated and a true asset to the department. Hopefully I'll get to see you outside of EIU after graduation, because, heck, I know I'm going to miss you. Dr. Shelton, it was intimidating at first to take a class taught by the head of the department, initially, but it didn't take long to realize how much fun class would be, and the lessons learned in the class would be invaluable for each of us. I know coming to class is seeing your smiling face, and the passion you show for the material made everything easier. Usually with World War II being the more talked about topic, even though that's the more talked about topic, I was able to still learn a great deal that I normally wouldn't have had I not taken your class. For someone who is incredibly helpful outside of class, I only pray more students are able to take your classes and receive the same incredible attention you did to each of us. Thank you, and no matter what happens, know you are appreciated greatly for all you do for the department. Now for the rest of you. Dr. Hardiman, I remember you coming and talking to us during a World War II class that Dr. Shelton had missed, and you had some great stories. You're a true asset to the department. Dr. Barnhart, Dr. Beck, Dr. Lee, Dr. Young, Dr. Smith, Dr. Small, Dr. Pavloshka, and Dr. Schultz. I have not had you guys in class before. However, I look around at my fellow students who have taken a class or two with you, and I can see the valuable lessons you are able to give them, and I only regret not being able to experience the same. You are each greatly appreciated for your contributions to the development of students like myself and the department. None of us would be able to be where we are today without your guidance and support. And you all deserve raises for the work you do, which is often thankless. Well, I'm here to say thank you. And I know it may be not much enough to change anything, but before I leave, I wanted to make sure you all knew what you mean to me, and undoubtedly my fellow students. Each of you I consider my family now, and if there's anything I could do to try and make sure my family is taken care of, you best believe I'm going to do it. I can't say thank you enough for all you do, but again, thank you. I hope you all realize you are appreciated, and I speak for all the history students. We are blessed to have you as our professors and our friends. What does Eastern mean to me, you ask? This is my family, and I couldn't ask for anything better. And I know I missed Dr. Reed. I apologize. Never had you in class, but you always came to bowling, and that was a treat. And I know there's other students that have had you, and I know that you are greatly appreciated as well. Now I hope, even with everything that's been happening, that this video will inspire others to show their appreciation as well. I know I've had some other students that have expressed some interest in making videos as well, so please be on the lookout for that. But again, thank you. You are my family, and I'll never forget you.